I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that.
Do I? I bet it looks like one.
Yeah, well, it's not. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister and Mom.
From what?
From bad guys, like on TV.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake? Their daddies probably thought they were safe too.
Where'd you hear that?
TV.
Yeah, well, maybe we don't believe everything we hear on TV.
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded?
It's not. I keep the bullets...
In the boots with the red laces, and the chest beside the bed? I haven't found them yet, but I'm sure I can. You always told me to be curious. Remember when I found my Christmas gift? I'm a good climber, you know.
No, that's not what I meant. Look, I need to be ready if someone breaks in.
What about when it's just me and Mom? You taught me to be brave. I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'll teach you how to handle a gun when you're old enough.
And what if I don't make it to old enough? I could get bullied and decide it's too much for me. It would be so easy with our gun.
Our gun? No, buddy. My gun.
But it is our gun. In our home. Happens all the time.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
Today, with seasonal temperatures, we should reach our normal high of about 82 degrees by this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with a low near 70. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, sticky and humid with a high of 36. With the winds up to the east.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Candid Conversation Show with Coach Stacy, where we have real people, real topics, and real stories. Right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. Candid Conversation. Hey! Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hello, hello, hello. I am Coach Stacy, certified life coach, speaker, and author, and I empower. I just want you to tell the audience who you are, what you do. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am the youngest of Bill and Margaret's talented 10. The youngest of 10, same mother, same father. Yeah, all grew up in the same house.
10.
Yeah. Everybody's still living except for my father.
That
and
I
one
never
nephew.
knew.
You didn't? They saved the best for last. I've done radio. I do motivational speaking now. And what I'm really starting to focus on now is men and how men can be better suited to partner with these women who are going out getting all this empowerment, going to all these empowerment brunches and all these, self-help things to build themselves up. When they go home, they got to have somebody to partner with. So my mission is to make sure that the men...
I want to give a shout out, big hello to the B5. Shout out to my city, Cashville, Nashville in the house. Oh, Lord. I do. I got to shout out Nashville.
What's up, Nashville? Cashville.
That's what I'm finna say. You better shout them out.
When they roll up on you.
They just might now.
Hey.
It done got a little rough down there out here. But anyway.
Uh-oh.
So, and hello to all of you listening this morning to the Candid. And I thank you guys for tuning in, where we strive to entertain, educate, and elevate your thinking. You like that?
I love it. I love it.
I made it up last show.
Go on with your bad self. See, it don't take much time when you're that brilliant. Go on with your bad self.
Oh, you called me brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you got
appreciate
it.
that.
All right.
But as I said, back by popular demand, we have Mr. Jeffrey Miller here today, and I guess we're going to talk about why people are habitually single. That doesn't mean if you married, hang up, because you can be married and single too. Ooh, did I drop one?
Yes, you did. We got to talk about that too. I'm married, but I'm single.
I know, right? Wow.
Man.
Okay, so let's get going good. I know when we first met a couple years ago, you had this what should I call it? I don't even know what to call it.
I'm scared.
I'm trying to be funny.
I had this what?
You had this thing where you said that you had all these reasons why people are single.
I got 25 reasons that women are single, or some women are single, and 25 reasons why some men are single, habitually. I don't mean the people that, they get in these long relationships. I'm talking about the people that can't keep a man or keep a woman, even though they look on the outside like they're a good catch. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 25 reasons.
I know we don't have time to go through all 25 reasons. So you got 25 for women and 25 for men, or just 25 altogether?
I had 50 altogether. 25 for the men and
like
25 for. Hey, I actually started working on my first book.
I'm just saying, that sounds like a book.
I started working on my first book.
Congratulations.
A friend of mine is like, she gave me deadlines. She's going to hold me accountable, and I got to have chapter 1 done by next Saturday.
You can have chapter 1 done today.
I believe it. But it's going to be done by next Saturday.
I'm just saying. So we don't have time to do all 25, but I guess we'll talk about the top 3, maybe 5.
We can do the top 3.
Top 3.
If the spirit moves us, we can get into 5.
I want to know men first, though. What are the top 5 reasons why men are habitually single?
Now, my mother would drive all the way up here and whoop me if I started with the men.
I'm
Ladies,
just saying.
go first.
I know these women want to know.
Yeah, but ladies go first. Ladies go first.
What y'all think? I don't see no comments on here yet. I need somebody to tell me what they think. I need somebody to be on my side.
I hear you.
Okay, well, let's start 1 for the women. Why is a woman habitually single?
Okay, and I'm going to do my disclaimer. Now, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you. And if it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them, because you're going to learn something this morning.
Okay. That's a nice little disclaimer.
Yeah, I usually say it real fast. Wasn't going to talk about it, but, I took it slow. Took it slow today.
Get old.
All right, so we'll go 3 to number 1. Do 1 for the ladies, 1 for the men.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3, ladies, this is the top 3 reasons why some of you might be habitually single. You suffer from something called the jester complex. I need you to understand me, ladies.
Let me take notes.
You suffer from something called the jester complex. What that means is you want a man that will entertain you when you feel like being entertained. That could be entertainment where, you two are having consensual relations. You want to get something to eat. You need your car fixed or your oil changed. You need your whatever with a king. See, when a king walks up, he has his own set of expectations, his own set of rules and regulations and things that you have to comply with. The jester is just there. He's happy to be there. He's there for your pleasure, to serve you. That ain't how it works with a king. The king requires some type of service too. So if you have those list of men that you call for different reasons, but you ain't got a real man that can take care of all that stuff, that might explain why your behind is single.
Y'all hear that? Jester complex.
Jester complex.
Oh, wow. I've never heard that one. You added some. We talked about some before. You ain't never threw that one in there.
This is the top 3. Now, we probably were on the middle 3 when, when we talked the first time. And we only did 1 for the women and 1 for the men. So you get a more robust view this time.
Jester. Okay. Okay, let me reiterate a little bit. Let me go back.
All right.
The jester complex. That's a woman who has a man for everything.
She just wants men around that will entertain her at different levels.
Because that's what jesters do, is entertain.
Very good. That's it. And then when she's done, she can dismiss him.
And that's why some women are habitually single.
Some women, not remember now.
I know it ain't for everybody.
There you go. But that's all she wants. She really doesn't want the commitment and responsibility that a king brings, because if a king comes up, like I said, he has things that you have to give for him too. And that's too much work. She's too busy. She got, her job and all that other stuff. She got time to invest in no man. Just need that jester.
I'm just making sure folks can hear. Okay, so now that I know that the sound is good and you broke down jester, let's go ahead with the next 2. Lord Jesus.
Well, now this is the number 3 reason for the men.
Okay.
We'll do the ladies, then we'll go to the men.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Now, men, some of you are habitually single because you are an emotional robber. Now, this is what I mean. You will meet a young lady and you'll say, hey, you know what? I ain't looking for nothing serious. I ain't looking for no serious relationship. I'm still hurt from my grade school girlfriend breaking my heart. And you will do everything that comes along with being her man or her boyfriend. You'll call, you'll cook, you'll show up, you'll lay with her. You do all this stuff. And then when her emotions start to change, when she starts to get into you and she has this conversation, hey, where is this going? You say, I told you in the beginning that I wasn't looking for anything serious.
Oh, wow.
That is emotional robbery. And what it also does in this day and age, it can jeopardize your health, men. You know, I'm not excusing any type of behavior. You know, violence is never good on any end. What I'm saying is, for you to awaken that inside of a woman by doing all those things is almost sociopathic. It's predatory because you know what you're doing. You know how you're manipulating the situation. By talking to her, you know exactly what she wants and what she needs, and you pretend to be that man until she wisens up. And then you leave, she no robber. In the end, though, the only person you're robbing is yourself because you're trying to fill up a hole that's bottomless. And until you actually do the work, well, your behind is going to be habitually single.
Oh, wow. Deep.
Emotional
He's
robbery.
got me speechless up in here, y'all. I know some men that needed to tune in and hear that. But anyway, number 2 for the women.
All right, ladies. It's going to get a little deeper as we go along now. Hope y'all got y'all seatbelts on. Man, the number 2 reason for women is some women suffer from the illusion of better options. Now, you got a man that does right by you. He's accountable. He's present. He does what he says he's going to do. But if there's something he doesn't want to do, what you say is, well, if he won't do it, somebody else will. If I can't get it from you, I can get it from somebody else. And you start focusing on what you're not getting, like you're missing out on something. And then you leave that man alone, not recognizing that he was giving you 87.9% of everything that you needed. 87.9%. And you got out there looking for that, you know, that 13% that you were missing. You gave up all of that other good stuff. And now you're out here trying to replace with 2 or 3 different men what you got in one man. Because you thought that things were going to be better with somebody else or something on the outside. So focusing on what you don't have is the illusion of better options, and that will certainly leave your behind single.
I told y'all it sounded like a book. So here, for the women, we got women are habitually single because they have
Some women.
Some women, oh, I forgot his disclaimer. Some women are habitually single because they have the jester complex and they have an illusion of better options.
The illusion of better options, that's it. I mean, you know, your man could be doing everything and you think he the problem. He could be doing everything because you're focusing on what you don't have instead of appreciating what you got, and it causes you to start looking. And we know when a woman starts looking, it's over.
This is so deep. Okay, number 2 for the men.
This is really, really important. You know, some of the men out there simply are single because they have no vision. They have no vision whatsoever. Good. They could have this woman with all this energy ready to pour into his vision to help to fulfill, and he ain't got no clue what vision looks like. He wear glasses. For, you know, aspiring basketball players, you know, teach them the ins and outs of the game. That's big business right now. Why not take that thing inside you and see something and give it to your woman and watch her multiply the vision, watch her multiply the goals and everything, watch her push you beyond your own limits, because when you give a woman anything, she will multiply it. She'll multiply it. But if you don't give her nothing, well, she's
not just the complex women, though, right?
Well, that's true. They're going to multiply and get more jesters around them if you give them something.
Somebody said we lost sound again.
Okay.
Slow down. Okay, it's back.
All right, but the bottom line, if the men aren't doing, if the men don't have vision, no woman's going to stick with him because she can't trust his sense of direction because you can't see.
That's good. That's good. And you know what? I don't think men understand that.
I agree. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
No, seriously, I don't think they understand that when they have no vision, that it's hard for a woman to have trust in them. It's like, why you don't trust me?
It's almost impossible.
It is.
There is nothing more attractive. Well, let me take that back. Men, here's how you can improve your game. If you are competent in something, I mean, you're an expert at it, and you can articulate what it is that something is, that's something to build on. Because you can work with your competencies and get somewhere in life.
That's right.
But if you don't know what your competencies, if you're not competent in anything, and you can't articulate what that is, you have no vision. And without that vision, you're right, a woman can't trust you.
You can't
and
trust
she definitely won't follow you or walk with you. So that's what it is.
Wow. That's good stuff. Okay.
Thank you.
So, number one for the woman. I don't think I like this one.
All right, ladies, now listen, I'm the type of man that's going to give it to you honest. I love all y'all, but here we go. Ladies, the number one reason that some of you are habitually single is, quite frankly, because of your mouth. And I mean your uncontrollable mouth. And this is what I mean by an uncontrollable mouth. I'm not talking about when your man comes home late. He's 2 hours late and he didn't call. You're supposed to say something about that. I'm not talking about the man that's being disrespectful towards you. You're not supposed to take that. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that uncontrollable mouth that always got to be right. You could be wrong as all get out. But instead of admitting that, hey, I'm human and I made a mistake and I apologize, no, you're going to pull something out the file to bring back up right now, just so you don't have to admit to being wrong. That quarrelsome wife, that mouth that will say something like this. Your husband calls you or your man calls you, say, hey, babes, I'm sorry I'm running late. The bridge on I-85 caught fire and it fell down. You come back and say, you should have took 20. That's what I'm talking about, an uncontrollable mouth. That is the number one reason why some women are habitually single, because even the Bible says it is better to live on a corner of a rooftop than to live in a house with a quarrelsome woman.
Yeah. I can agree with that. That's what the Bible says. I don't know if okay. Let me write that down. Mouth.
Uncontrollable mouth.
Okay, we got to make sure we put that part on now.
Because like I said, if that man is not doing right by you, you are not supposed to take that. If he is being disrespectful, you're not supposed to take that. If he's not being accountable, you're supposed to say, hey, I don't appreciate that. That ain't what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about that uncontrollable mouth.
You talking about naggers?
Uncontrollable mouth. We're going to glorify it and edify it.
Uncontrollable mouth. You talking about naggers?
Sometimes nagging is what a woman has to do to get a man to do right. I ain't talking about nagging. Okay. So I'm talking about that uncontrollable mouth.
I thought nagging was uncontrollable mouth.
A woman that nags still cares. If she stops nagging you, then you got a problem. But if you're not doing something right and she's nagging, it's because you're not doing something right. The easiest way to stop her from nagging is to do what you're supposed to do.
That is so true. And I say that, let's move on, honey, because I can be stuck on talking about women and their mouths. Oh, my gosh. I just posted something like that on Facebook this morning. You know, when a woman's fed up,
nothing you can do about it.
Ain't nothing you can do about it. And you doing all that for, she get on my nerves. She got this to say. She got that to say. She doing this. She doing that. What you got to worry about is when she not doing that no more.
That's the truth.
You got, definitely. But let's move on. Number one for the men.
Number one reason for the men. All right, fellas.
Habitually single. This is why you are habitually single.
The number one reason is because you bring nothing to the table.
Woo, you got some women that's jumping up and down right now. Lord, have mercy.
You bring nothing to the table. In fact, you ain't even got no damn table. You ain't got no lampshade. You ain't got no couch, no chest of drawers. You ain't got nothing. You got this woman with several advanced degrees, doing well in her career. Already got her own children, and you trying to be another child. It doesn't work like that. There's no way a woman wants to partner down. Now, here's the thing. The interesting thing for men, it don't matter what level we're on, we can find a woman at that level. If we were living in the gutter, we can find a woman that will live in the gutter with us. The thing is, don't expect a woman to go from a 5-bedroom paid-for home to the gutter with you, because that's where you are. You have to actually get your level up. Now, here's the thing. There are some women out there that will help you get your level up. I believe that when you have that inside of you, you won't have to go looking for a woman. She will find you. Matter of fact, you'll have trouble because you're going to attract so many women to you because you have it on the inside. But you out there trying to be taken care of. You ain't looking for love. You're looking for help because you don't bring anything to the table.
Always got your hand out.
No, they ain't got their hands out. What they got, I can't say it. This is a Christian radio
station.
I can't tell you what they try to work you with, but y'all read between the lines. Yes. They don't bring. That's all they bring to the table. I can say it like that. How about that?
So many things going through my mind. I want to say. He said this Christian radio. Hey, you know it is what it is, though.
Understood. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about, though.
Right. So let's recap real quick, and we're going to talk about this because I know that some people are like, okay, yeah, that I might fall into that, but and I know you gave brief descriptions on how to move forward from that. But the first thing is really identifying that you have that issue.
Absolutely.
You can't even move forward if you want to admit to the fact that you just like to have a whole bunch of men around entertaining you, but you're like, I need a husband.
Well, with the jester complex, it's real easy to identify. Now, first of all, women date in layers anyway, so I don't want to, muddy the water between the jester complex and a woman that has options.
Right.
A woman that has options is basically saying who's going to be the best fit for me.
Right.
That's okay.
Right.
But the jester complex is this woman is willfully entertaining a staple of men that she can pull, a stable of men that she can pull from as she sees fit.
I know what you're talking about. I got some friends like that. I got one.
I was about to say,
he pays the rent.
Yes.
There's another one who gets my hair done. One takes me on my trips. Then I'm like, damn, how you keep up? I would get lost. I'm just telling you, my mind don't even work like that. But
so a woman with the jester complex, she knows she has it.
Yeah.
Okay,
and she know what to do with it too, and ain't shame. But at the same time, because we're all, created with that desire, it's like, dang, I can't find a husband.
Oh, yeah, you can't find a husband because you're entertaining jesters. All your energy is going to maintaining the jesters. So all you got to do is just put the jesters down. Just let that go. And watch how quickly a king will come up. You can't have a glass full of energy or glass full of water and then try to put something else in it. It's going to overflow. You got to empty the glass. So if she just pours those jesters out, then there's space for the king to come in. Okay. And I can just imagine the rest of the tips. And we don't have time to go over all of them. So you're going to have to hurry that book, honey. But so I'm going to break it down for those who just tuning in or you missed a little bit. He gave the top 3 reasons why men and women are... Some men and some women.
Excuse me. I keep forgetting that word some because I know somebody's offended right now. They probably done popped off. Let me get back on here and see if they still talking about... Some men and some women are habitually single, right?
Right.
So the top 3 for the women are, you have a jester complex, okay, illusion of better options.
That's correct.
And your mouth.
Uncontrollable mouth. Uncontrollable.
And your mouth.
There you go.
I'm just telling you, it's straight up and down in your mouth. I know, I was one of them women.
You know what?
For a while.
But you done growed up.
I done growed up.
And how they said in where you from?
Yeah,
Nashville. You done growed up or you done grewed up?
I done grewed up. No, it's I done growed up.
All right.
The 3 top for the men. You are an emotional robber. And I know a lot of men like that.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Unfortunately. They don't even just know how to just be straight up with what it is that they want.
They're manipulators. And they are straight up. They'll tell you, ladies, that I don't want anything serious, but they will manipulate the heck out of the situation.
And it's because women look at actions.
This is true.
women really do. They're falling in love with the action. What he said, they didn't even register.
See, I just did an event last week, and I told the ladies that were there that y'all have all these advanced degrees, but y'all be getting played by guys with high school education.
I'm saying some of them don't even have that. It ain't no 8th grade.
It's the truth. And it's just because of what you said. With those actions align with what she wants deep down, I don't know what it is, but
what they said went out the window.
It's all out the window.
I already know. I've been one of
window.
them.
But you done growed up.
I done growed up.
There you go. All right.
Not growed up this time. I grew up off that one.
As long as you grew out of it.
And number 2, you have no vision. Men, you are habitually single because you have no vision. And you bring nothing to the table. So those are the top 3 reasons. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that he has a whole list of more, but how we move forward from that, though?
Well, when it comes to all of this, really, it's about working on you, making sure that you put yourself in the best emotional position to be ready for the right person. And so many times we just don't do that work. We don't do what we're supposed to do for ourselves, and we end up expecting someone else to help us be happy when, in fact, we have the key to make ourselves happy.
That's right.
Now, don't get it twisted. I firmly believe that if you're happy and you get in a relationship with someone that's an emotional vampire, they can steal your joy. They can steal your joy.
Joy,
Right.
draws,
Right.
food.
Look at you. Joy and draws.
Snap back. I grew up.
But the thing is, though, I said that to say that you can go into a relationship happy, but if that person doesn't know how to fertilize the area or the relationship to keep you happy, they'll be an emotional vampire. And you have to be guarded against those types of things.
Yes.
I'm not saying going in, be cold-hearted and all this other stuff. I'm just saying be guarded when it comes to your joy, because when you guard it, because it's precious, when you guard it, appropriately, only the right type of people get a hold of it. And then, you get something better out of that relationship.
That's so true. I had someone that I was speaking with not too long ago, and they were getting out of a relationship, and they met someone else. And the other someone else was kind of like really trying to move the relationship forward. And I kept telling the person, and I didn't want them to think that I didn't want to offend them or anything like that. I'm like, you just really got out of this 80-year relationship. I'm exaggerating. And you really just need to slow down and not move so fast. And I said that because, like you said, you have to be guarded. And at that time, it's really time to work on you so that you'll know the right one when it comes. Because just jumping into it all fast, you hadn't even really got out the other one, right?
I agree.
Am I right?
You are, absolutely. If you've been in a relationship and you're getting out of it, I believe that you should give yourself no less than 1 month for every 6 months that you were in a relationship. That's just my own personal formula. For every 1 month, for every 6 months, that's a month that you use to work on yourself to get that relationship out. So if you've been in a relationship for a year, you need 2 months worth of work to get that spirit and that energy out of your system.
What about 20?
Ooh.
How many months is that?
A whole lot.
Can you count?
You need to sit your behind down.
And
sit
not
down and sit on down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sit on down and do some real
Because
work.
it can affect your focus, your productivity, your joy,
Yep.
your thoughts, your mindset, all of that.
You're going to go on a binge. You've been in this one relationship all this time, and you're going to jump out there. You're going to binge watch. You're going to binge date. You're going to binge everything. You're going to binge everything. You don't need all that binging. But the bottom line of it is you have to divest from the relationship, because your whole existence, as far as what a relationship works like, is in those 20 years.
Yes.
And if you're a different person, you got to do things differently. So that's where you got to really divest in that relationship if it's over.
That's good. That's good. Hello, Kelly. Shout out to you. Shout out Arthur Tyrell. Thanks for tuning in. But yes, she says, work on you. The more you know and love you, the less you tolerate anything less. And that is so true. That is so true.
It is.
I don't know. I just, some men are habitually single because they're yes men.
That's on the list.
That's on the list. I don't even know. I ain't seen this whole list, y'all. But that came from Coach Stacy. They yes men. They don't know how to say no.
They don't. They're not in tune with their manhood. You know. Now, don't get it twisted.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say. Wait a minute. 'Cause I already know some men that just got really offended and tuned out.
Oh, they'll be all right. If they are offended, they ain't in touch with their manhood. Because when you're in touch with your manhood, you don't get offended by what nobody says. Because you're a man. You know, if it doesn't apply to me, I can look at it and keep on rolling. But when I say they're not in tune with their manhood, they don't understand the importance of masculine energy. And the masculine energy is, hey.
I'm sorry.
No, the importance of masculine energy is just to balance the feminine energy.
Right.
So, you know, I don't see anything wrong with a man being completely okay in his masculinity. And that means that you're not toxic. It just means that you are what you are.
Right.
And that's masculine.
Right. My mind going 100 miles a minute right now.
Let it go. Let it go. So as an example, if you were to come to me and say, Jeffrey, you know, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and you told me a week ago that you want to go on this diet, and now you want to go get some KFC, I'm going to be like, nah, you just said you want to go on this diet. So how about this? Let's go get some chicken and bake it and, you know, season it and do all this other stuff. You know, so I'm telling you, I'm holding you accountable for what you said you wanted to do.
Exactly.
And if you push back, I'm going to be like, that's okay. In the end, you're going to thank me because, you know, you still want me to be attracted to you. Right? Well, you're not going to eat that KFC.
Right.
You're going to eat these chicken breasts I'm about to cook for you.
Okay, so let's move on. And we don't went somewhere else with it. Lord have mercy. Let's bring it back. So habitually single. I did make a comment in the beginning that there are some people who are married and single. Why say that, Jeffrey?
I mean, you know, you're absolutely true. You're absolutely right. There are some people that still go into a marriage with a single mindset. And you are either dooming yourself to unhappiness and torture for that person that's in the relationship, because they're going to keep trying because they want the relationship to work.
Right.
But you're always going to be looking at them as the problem. When in fact, it might just be you. And you're using them as the scapegoat. If I say it's him, I ain't got to work on me. If I say it's her, I ain't got to work on me.
Right.
So for men, here's the one thing that you cannot do in your marriage. You cannot have wandering eyes. You cannot have disrespectful actions in your marriage. Now, don't get it twisted. Women are so pretty. Y'all so pretty. It don't make no sense how pretty y'all be sometimes.
I got questions.
Well, I got you. I got answers. But men, if you're with your wife, I don't care who walking towards you. Look the other way. Start up a conversation. Start talking to your woman.
And I, like I said, I got questions, and
Okay,
I'm gonna say this because I that wandering eye thing. I'm not one of those women that I don't care about that.
Understood. A whole lot of them do.
But it is a lot that do. So why put that much pressure on the man to say, don't look? Like, we're people.
It ain't pressure. Here's what I mean. If I'm walking with you.
And I know some people don't agree with me on that, but I really don't care.
But if I'm walking with you and we in the grocery store and this young lady starts walking down this aisle and she's finer than a mug. I'm about to engage you in some conversation, and we about to look at this frozen orange juice from Concentrate, because I will be doggone if I let my wandering eyes look at this lady long enough for you to look at me. I don't want the headache. First of all, there is a certain level of respect that you should have towards your woman.
This is true.
Just start talking to her and make sure that she sees that I don't care what's coming down this aisle. Nothing look better than you, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I get that.
Right.
I just don't understand why people get upset about it.
Well, you know, sometimes it's an insecurity. Most of the time, though, it's just a matter of respect.
Okay, so it's about respect. Okay.
You know, now while you by yourself.
See, he learned me something.
While you by yourself, don't talk to her. Don't go up and start talking to her. But boy, you better get them eyes. No, I'm just playing. Not really, but you can look while your wife is not there. Just don't do anything disrespectful.
What are some other reasons, though. I mean, because you see it a lot. That's why the divorce rate is so high, you know? And I guess it all boils down to the mindset, for real. You go into the marriage with a single mindset, and you expect things to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And in a marriage, it's just really not that way.
Yeah, people have an illusion of what marriage is supposed to be. Marriage is work.
Lots of work.
It is work.
Relationships are work.
Right. You know, here's the thing about marriage, though, because we go to work and we give our best self to work. We put all of our energy into work. And then when we come home, we got nothing left to give to our wives and to our husbands. That's mistake number one right there. So I always advise men this. Your job is how you take care of your family. That's wonderful. Don't give your job everything you got. I saw this floating around social media because if you died on Monday, your position will be posted on Tuesday. If not, Monday afternoon. So why would you give 100% of you to your job and you got nothing left for your woman? You can't do that. Now, don't get it twisted. Everybody got to make a living some way or somehow. You got to figure out, okay, I need to start cutting off this work energy so I have some energy to bring home to my wife because I know I got to clock in with her. And when you clock in with your wife and you put in the right type of work with your wife, home becomes your refuge. It becomes your retreat. But when you don't do that, you got to go home and fight.
Yeah.
And you've been at work fighting.
Yeah.
So that's what I talk to men about all the time. Don't get caught up in your job to the point where you got nothing left for your woman.
That's good advice.
It's true.
That's real good advice.
Clock in when you get home, fellas. I'm telling you.
Which brings me to a conversation that we had a little while ago. We had a young lady that was asking information about how to be a better wife. She was ready to have a divorce, and you gave her some really amazing nuggets, but it got you thinking, didn't it?
It got me thinking a lot. One thing that I walked away from that conversation with was, if we really look at who we are versus who we want to be, and we find that gap, and we work to fill that gap, then we'll become a better person. Because if we can see ourselves at our best, why not just be your best?
Right.
It's just a little extra work to get us there.
Right.
And that conversation that we had was so powerful because in the end, she realized that I have some work to do. And it was self-realization. I didn't point it out. We just had some questions that walked us right to that path of her saying, I got some work to do. And that's the best type
Like it just might not be him.
Yeah, that's the best lesson when you learn that, okay, he's not really the problem. I might be lucky to have him because he's been putting up with me. Right.
But here's the thing that I have a problem with that a lot of women just may not accept that.
You ain't, I'm waiting on you to tell a lie because you sure ain't told no lie right there. You know, what that boils down to is, again, it's easy to scapegoat someone.
Yes.
You know, instead of me having to say that, I'm the problem, instead of me saying that, I got to work on me, let me just point that finger.
Right.
I don't have to worry about it now.
Right.
And ladies, I love y'all to death. Y'all some great actors, though. Y'all, boy.
I thought you were going to say something nice.
No, I did say something nice. I love y'all to death. But y'all some great actors. Boy, y'all can lay it on thick. That? I mean, y'all be laying it on real thick. Girl, let me tell you what my man did. And you go get a whole chorus and a whole chorale of women to agree with you. And you don't have that real friend to tell you when you're really wrong, and all of them single, and they encouraging you. And if they ain't
telling you when you're wrong, they ain't your friend. But yeah,
not your friend.
Yeah.
And if you get mad when they tell you that you're wrong, you ain't their friend. You just wanted a yes person.
Yeah.
But I love y'all, ladies.
Yeah. You got the violin playing. But I do want to say this, though, and kind of bringing it back to that conversation we had, because I know you said you kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit, and the conversation that you and I had with the young lady. Let me give you a scenario. The scenario was that, she'd been with her husband a while, and she didn't like him. She ready to divorce him. And then, there were a series of questions asked, and we realized that there really wasn't a really major problem with him. And a lot of women are quick to do that. We put it all off on the man. He get on my nerves. He do this. He do that.
One thing that we did as we had our conversation is I asked, tell me about you as a wife. And she listed the things, but she started off talking about her husband. She started off saying the things that her husband did instead of her. Mm-hmm. And then she got it at the end. She finally gave me something about her as a wife. Mm-hmm. It was a breakthrough because this column was about you. So I asked, tell me about your husband as a husband. And she went down all these positive traits about him. Mm-hmm. And then the breakthrough again happened when she realized, wow, my husband has been carrying my slack. Even though
everything.
Right. Even though I haven't been contributing as much as I could as a wife. Mm-hmm. And when she reached that point and she realized that I got some work to do, right then, that was unleashing her best self as a wife. Mm-hmm. Because before then, she was holding all those gifts back. Mm-hmm. Holding those gifts back because of this opportunity she might have missed and that opportunity because of, sacrificing it for the marriage. And everybody, we all got to sacrifice sometimes for the relationship. At the same time, thought was our best selves. Mm. When I bet that was
was a real gold nugget right there.
That was the most powerful thing. And we reached that point, and then we talked about next steps. Well, I got something to be.
Yeah, I don't hold nothing back.
That somebody would have spoken to my ex-wife like this. And I say that because I know that those conversations just weren't had. And that part, that was emotional for me because I could hear echoes from her displeasure and her dissatisfaction and some of the things that we talked about. When I was talking to my ex. Now I have 2 exes. I've been collecting ex-wives. I'm done collecting ex-wives, though. The next one is going to be a widow.
Say, you collecting them?
The next one's going to be a widow, or I'm going to be a widower. But, ain't no more ex-wives. Yeah, one or the other. Mm-hmm. But all of that to say, that conversation, it just made me think about how important having someone give you some type of coaching, some type of advice, some professional counseling, how important those things are, because I believe had I had those conversations or she had those conversations, I probably wouldn't have ex-wives. I'd have one.
And you'd still be married.
I'd still be married, yes.
Because your mindset is totally different. That's where I was hitting at. Yeah. Because you have a totally different mindset than you did. You still have that single mindset in a way. And I know she did because she didn't want to hear nothing you had to say at some point, right?
Oh, well, yeah. My second ex, our relationship was a little different. She wanted me to come and get her. Like, there's a point we've talked about, manhood.
Right.
She wanted me to come and say, hey, get out these streets. Bring your butt home. That's what she was doing because she wanted to get that response. Now I'm like, hey, if you decide to go out in the streets, go on out in the streets.
Bye.
I'm not gonna compete with anybody out in the streets because I'm in this house and I'm your husband. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna get in the mud with a pig.
Right.
If you want to get in the mud with a pig, I ain't gonna get dirty coming to get you. Mm-hmm. And that was pride on my part.
Right.
Because I didn't have to get in the mud. I could have shown up with a water hose, sprayed her off, and said, let's go.
Right.
And I didn't do that.
Okay, that's going somewhere else. We ain't got time to go there. I want to. Let me look at the time. Nope, I ain't got the time. Lord have mercy. But to sum it all up, you sum it up. You the star today.
I don't know about the star. It's kind of bright sitting, next to you. So, what I'll say is this. Again, our best selves are still inside of us, most of us, because we're worried about what somebody will think if we make this sacrifice or if we're not dressed this way, we're not doing this thing, all that stuff to the side. If we dedicated 6 months to a year of really focusing on our best selves, within that year of sacrifice, doing that hard work, we'll start to reap the rewards from it. Yes. And when the best self comes out, it doesn't go back. Mm-hmm. When you start eating healthy, when you cheat, your body feels funny.
Yeah.
Like I ate some Hardee's this morning. Nothing against Hardee's. I don't feel
Why
right.
you eat there?
I hadn't eaten there in years. I'm like, hey, Hardee's looks good. Hadn't eaten there in years.
And now you queasy.
No, man. Boy, I tell you what, I'm suffering because my body has gotten used to, a certain way of me eating. And so, when you start living in your best self, you don't slide back because you remember what it was like, and your spirit just won't accept that type of stuff anymore. So all these reasons I laid out for men and women as to why they might be single, don't get it twisted. You can overcome that with just a little bit of effort and time, being consistent about it, and really just wanting to be better. When you want to be better, you'll find a way to do it. That's really it.
That's it, huh? That's it. Thank you for all of the comments. Kelly said that was a good question I just asked you. But yeah, there are quite some comments, but they were going. Nova says, feed your focus and starve your distraction.
Love it.
Man, it's some great comments. So thanks for all of the comments. I thank you for coming on, sharing about relationships again. That's just an important thing. Relationships are what make the world go round.
I agree.
That's how we populate.
You know what?
Wait a minute. I really didn't mean to just say that. If you know me, you already know that. Just go ahead. Just go on. So I'm going to get ready to close on that one because I done messed my own self up. Yeah, but we thank you for coming on, Sharon, Jeffrey. You dropped some good nuggets. I hope people really listen and take it to heart. I'm just still looking at this list that you have here, and some women ain't gonna be able to fix their uncontrollable mouths, though.
Well, your behind is gonna be single.
Habitually. So thank you for sharing with us this morning. You have any last words?
Not really. I'll just say the book I'm writing is called "What Does This MFer Want?" But over MFer, it's crossed out and it says man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, and it's a book where I basically decode and decipher what men are saying when we say something the way we say it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You need to hurry up with that one.
I'm told you it's coming.
It's coming.
One chapter talks about when should I give them the cookie.
Okay, Steve Harvey.
But see, now it's not that angle. It's not about how you date a man. It's just giving you tips for knowing when you should get a man a cookie. It ain't got to be 90 days. It could be 90 minutes.
All righty. I'm really closing now. So today, as I close, I want to share with you that everyone has a warrior within. So are you fighting a battle right now? I believe that we all have battles to fight at different times in life. And the good news is that as followers of Christ, we are not fighting alone. We have a mighty warrior and his host of angels on our side. That makes it a totally different fight. The Holy Spirit, our personal warrior, is in each of us, and he is a helper. When we accept Christ as our Savior, the Holy Spirit comes to dwell inside of us, and God literally gives each one of us a piece of himself. So what does this mean? It means that all of God's power, all of his strength, his comfort, his creativity, and help are available to us at all times. He never meant for us to live weak, powerless lives, always running on fumes and barely getting by. His will is for us to be more than conquerors, and that's Romans 8:37. And through his Spirit, he wants to provide us with the strength and ability we need to succeed in life and lead us through each battle that we face. And the enemy will try to stop us. Lord, the enemy will try to stop us from moving forward in the things of God. And he will use any strategy against you, things such as discouragement and distraction. Someone just said distraction. He would definitely use distraction. But remember that Almighty God is on your side no matter what you're facing. And he has a plan for you to be victorious. Tell God that you believe he leads, he guides, and he directs you every day. And you ask him. You just ask him to help you be strong, be a strong warrior. That the warrior that he's called you to be, and follow the plans that he has for you to win the battles. There is a warrior. I want you guys to know that there is a warrior within each of you, even in those relationships that we're torn with. with this jester complex and illusions of better options and mouths and emotional robbers. You gave some good points there. That's really some good points. That's really some good points. Just ask God to help you. There's a warrior within you. You can overcome those things. You can overcome those things.
Agreed.
No more last words?
No more last words from me.
Well, I just want to say, guess what?
Guess what? What?
Guess what, y'all? It's so hard to say. Oh, that's right. I can't sing. Anyway, so listen, if you're looking to be a certified coach, enrollment for ICU Coaching Academy is open. You can email at info@icucoachingacademy.com. That is info@icucoachingacademy.com. Or you can contact me. Hit me up on DM or something, or Stacy at stacybryan.com. So, you've been listening and watching to the Candid Conversation Show with Coach Stacy, where we have real people, real stories, right here on 108 Praise Radio. I want you guys to make sure that you tune in next week to the Candid Conversation Show, where we strive to entertain, educate, and elevate your thinking. I thank you all for joining. Another shout out to all of you out there. Another shout out Nashville, B5 in the house. I guess we gonna get on out of here and see y'all next time, okay?
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Bye.
Deuces.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up. They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.